Welcome, welcome, welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're embarking on, well, a truly enchanting journey, I think. We're diving into a stack of sources that they masterfully blend domestic comfort with high fantasy.
Right, and a delightful dash of paranormal mystery, too. It's quite the mix.
It really is. We're talking about finding your perfect home, maybe in the most unexpected of places, negotiating with an ancient, wonderfully sassy, magical being.
Oh, yes. He's something else.
And even stepping up to solve a ghostly problem at the local library. So get ready for some real aha moments, because this deep dive, it's packed with surprising facts and delightful characters that truly bring the fantastical to life.
It's all about exploring what it means to build a life, a home, and, a community in these really extraordinary circumstances.
Exactly.
Indeed, this narrative, it gives us a unique lens, really, to explore adaptation, community building, that powerful impulse we all have, and that deeply, universally human desire for connection, all set against this backdrop of magic that's both immensely powerful, but also incredibly personal.
So our mission today.
Our mission, I think, is to uncover how these characters, they don't just survive, they actually thrive in their new extraordinary circumstances. They show this remarkable resilience, ingenuity, and crucially, a really good sense of humor.
You definitely need that.
You do. We'll explore how comfort is found in the unexpected, how even the most ancient of beings can find a vital place in a rapidly modernizing world.
And what it truly means to create a home that resonates with your soul, not just ticking off boxes on a list.
Precisely. What feels like home.
A grand new home with cozy charms.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's dive right into our story.
Let's do it.
Our protagonist, Rose, and her partner, Lou, they're making a truly grand move. I mean, really grand.
A big step.
They're relocating to their new home on the third level of this massive magical tower. Now, just try to picture this with me. You're ascending this circular stone stairway. The air around you is sort of humming with subtle magic. You pass Sparky's apartments on the second floor.
Right, the owner.
Each step takes you higher until you finally emerge onto this breathtaking circular balcony on the third level.
Wow.
And from here, you can lean out, feel the breeze, gaze down at this serene pond glistening far below. There are ancient tree branches reaching out like open invitations, almost daring you to climb them.
Sounds idyllic, like straight out of fantasy.
It sounds absolutely magnificent, doesn't it? Like something plucked straight out of a high fantasy epic. But here's the surprising twist. For Rose, her initial reaction, it felt a bit too grand, too spacious.
Interesting. Not what you'd expect.
No, she found herself yearning for something more cozy. That sense of intimate, familiar comfort that this expansive, maybe somewhat impersonal grandeur just wasn't providing.
And what's absolutely fascinating there is that immediate, almost visceral contrast.
Yeah.
You've got Lou's expansive vision on one hand.
Yeah.
And Rose's more introspective, personal longing on the other. Lou, as we know, she'd felt, chained to a tree previously. That's how she put it.
Wait, metaphorically speaking.
Exactly. So for her, this vast, open, magnificent space, it represented incredible liberation. It was, in her words, a perfect first-level playground of a forest, pond, even a steep hill to run on.
Total freedom.
Total freedom. For Lou, it wasn't just a home, it was boundless potential. But Rose, even though she loves Lou and wants her to be happy, she couldn't shake that innate desire for something familiar, something that felt like home. And this highlights such a profound truth about what we seek in our living spaces. Our ideal home, it's rarely just about the physical structure or even the grandness.
Oh.
It's often a deep reflection of our deepest psychological needs, our past experiences, the emotional resonance we're looking for. The emotional landscape of home is just as important, maybe even more so than the physical one.
That makes so much sense.
It really asks us, as individuals, what specific comfort do we truly seek when we imagine our perfect sanctuary? Is it novelty? Is it grandness? Or is it that warmth of memory?
That's such a brilliant distinction. So Rose is in this magnificent, but maybe overwhelming tower, longing for coziness. How does Lou bridge that gap?
Lou.
She had a plan. Lou had a brilliant trick up her sleeve, one that perfectly understood Rose's yearning. Right in front of the stairway, there was this seemingly ordinary door.
Okay.
Lou opened it, and Rose, filled with a mix of curiosity and maybe a little trepidation, steps inside to find
Drum roll.
Granny's cottage. I don't mean a cottage similar to Granny's.
No.
It was the exact cottage. The huge, familiar brass bed, that specific beloved comforter.
Wow.
A small kitchen table perfect for two, And most importantly for a writer like Rose, her writing desk positioned perfectly in front of a window,
Wow.
offering inspiration and enough light to write.
That's incredible, the level of detail.
Rose, as you can imagine, was absolutely stunned, almost speechless. She asked, totally bewildered, how Lou had managed to move all of Granny's cherished belongings into the tower.
Yeah, how did she?
Lou's response was simple but profound. I didn't. The tower is magical. It asked me what a perfect bedroom would look like, and I couldn't imagine anything better than the cottage.
And that is where the magic becomes deeply personal, incredibly responsive. It moves far beyond mere grand gestures, you know. It truly understands emotional resonance.
It's not just generic magic.
Not at all. The tower doesn't just grant a wish for a nice bedroom. It delves into that subconscious desire for a sanctuary. It's not about conjuring something entirely new and innovative,
Right.
but about replicating a space of profound comfort and familiarity, a place steeped in personal history, affection. This isn't just wish fulfillment. It's a powerful illustration of how our deepest comfort is often found in the echoes of our past.
In nostalgia.
In nostalgia, exactly. And familiarity, rather than maybe the allure of the entirely new. It really begs the question for all of us. How much of home is memory? A literal blueprint of comfort etched into our minds. And how much is just structure or, cutting-edge design? Lou's choice here wasn't just magic. It was an act of profound empathy, almost psychic empathy.
It really was. And the magical amenities, they don't stop with the perfect bedroom, which, let's be honest, is a pretty incredible start.
Hard to top that.
The bathroom, accessed through another door within the cottage, was a slightly bigger version of Granny's tin tub. But unlike Granny's more rustic setup,
Right.
this one magically fills with steaming water just by verbal command. You simply say, fill tub, steaming water.
Wow. No hauling buckets.
No need for a roaring fire in the hearth or a clanking boiler. It simply is. Imagine that effortless luxury.
Seriously.
Beyond the perfect bath, there's also a gorgeous full-length mirror, perfect for dressing, reflection, and a privy that, with a simple flush, makes everything gone, even any odors.
Okay, that's the dream.
It's truly the epitome of luxury and convenience combined, removing all those mundane hassles of daily life that, so often chip away at our peace of mind.
Exactly. And connect this to the idea of truly effortless living and what that means for our mental space.
Yeah.
The magic here isn't just reserved for grand epic gestures or dramatic spells. Instead, it's intimately woven into the fabric of daily life. It transforms the mundane into the extraordinary.
All things become magical.
Right. It speaks to a level of comfort where even the smallest chores, heating water, cleaning, waste disposal, are completely eliminated. Beyond mere convenience, imagine the sheer cognitive load lifted.
Oh, yeah.
When mundane tasks like cooking and cleaning just vanish from your daily to-do list. This highlights how true luxury isn't just about having more stuff, but about having less to worry about.
Freeing up brain space.
Immense mental and emotional space. For creativity, connection, personal growth, or just quiet contemplation. It's about optimizing for pure presence.
After the cozy comforts of their personal cottage bedroom and bathroom, Lou then showed Rose another door on the third level. This one leading to the grand library.
Oh, the library.
What a library it was. Rose, being a writer and a bibliomancer, essentially a magic user specializing in books and knowledge.
Right, that's her thing.
She exclaimed with genuine awe, a library the size of I'd only dreamed. She couldn't resist pulling a random volume from the seemingly endless shelves.
You wouldn't, would you?
And to her absolute delight, it turned out to be one of her favorites, Pride and Prejudice. A first printing, incredibly, inscribed by Jane Austen herself to her sister Cassandra.
Get out, seriously.
Seriously. Rose was absolutely thrilled. Her earlier reservations about the Grand Tower, poof, completely evaporated. Wonderful, she declared.
I bet. That would win me over, too.
She even noted how her cozy romantic stories were perfect for writing at the bedroom desk, while big, epic fantasies or historical battles would truly require the library's vastness for inspiration.
That makes sense. Different spaces for different moods.
Exactly. Yes. She clearly loves her personal writing space, saying she'd rather write in the bedroom or the kitchen somewhere warm and familiar. The library is perfect for the book club, highlighting its communal rather than purely personal potential.
And what's profoundly fascinating here is that sheer delight of intellectual abundance paired with that understanding of how environment shapes creation. It's not just a large collection of books, it's a personal library that can instantly pull any volume from Sparky's library, which boasts an astonishing around 100,000 books,
100,000.
and holds the promise of a magical librarian yet to be discovered. We'll get to.
Oh, we will.
It shows that even in a highly magical setting, access to knowledge, stories, the richness of human thought, it remains paramount for a deep and fulfilling life.
Absolutely.
And the distinction Rose makes about her writing spaces is incredibly insightful. It highlights how our environment can profoundly influence our creative process. An intimate, nostalgic space for personal narratives versus a grand, expansive setting for epic tale.
Different vibes.
Totally. It emphasizes that a writer, or really any creative individual, often needs different types of environments for different forms of inspiration. Even a powerful witch values the right ambiance.
The tower's magic truly makes entertaining seamless, too. The dining room and kitchen are equally impressive, moving into the realm of, well, truly effortless hospitality.
Okay, how so?
The dining room itself contains this large table, capable of seating 12, complete with china and silver already laid in place, gleaming under the magical lights.
Always ready for guests.
Always. Lou demonstrates the food summoning. You simply say eggs scrambled,
Yeah.
and they magically appear on a plate, perfectly cooked.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate convenience, after eating, a dirty plate simply disappears, vanishes, and reappears moments later, sparkling clean. There's even a smaller magical food server for two in the bedroom, perfect for more intimate private meals.
Okay, that changes everything. No cooking, no cleaning.
It sounds like something straight out of Dream.
It really does. This system fundamentally changes not just the nature of hospitality, but also daily sustenance, completely eliminating the need for cooking and cleaning while offering boundless culinary possibilities.
Imagine the dinner parties.
Exactly. It transforms every meal into an experience rather than a chore. We see this effortless magic in action when Ma and Granny visit. Their initial awe at the tower's grandeur,
Yeah.
which is then swiftly followed by Ma's utter delight at a kitchen that provides all the ingredients and does the rest for baking her famous cookies.
Oh, she must have loved that.
Absolutely. And the dining room, instead of remaining this formal table for 12, magically shrinks to a more intimate table for 4.
Adapts itself.
Adapts itself, each diner receiving their favorite dishes without even having to ask. It exemplifies a seamless integration of magic into daily life, making every gathering effortless, personalized, and truly focused on connection, not logistics.
And then we learn about perhaps the most practical, yet still incredibly magical, room on their floor. The elevator room.
The elevator. Sounds
Yeah.
mundane.
Sounds mundane. It's about 10 doors down from their living quarters, and it appears completely bare except for a few comfortable armchairs. But when Lou opens its door,
Yes.
they're instantly transported, not by mechanical means,
Yeah.
but by pure magic, to the first-level forest.
Whoa.
So it's a portal.
It's a portal. Sparky, with his delightfully utilitarian naming convention, simply calls it an elevator, which Rose found hilariously understated for such a magical portal.
Sparky seems very practical.
Very. This detail allows Rose to hatch a truly devious plan, brimming with empathy, though. Instead of asking Ma and Granny to move into the tower right away,
Which might be a shock.
exactly, she'll invite them for a few weeks' visit. Her reasoning, to let them get accustomed to the place first, understanding that a sudden, drastic change might be overwhelming.
That's very thoughtful. Shows a keen understanding of human nature, even amidst all this magic.
Rose knows that such a drastic magical change could be profoundly disorienting for Ma and Granny. So the extended visit serves as this gentle test, a gradual introduction to a new way of life that accommodates their comfort levels. It's an act of deep consideration.
Letting them dip their toes in.
Precisely. And Ma and Granny's eventual departure, acknowledging Rose and Lou need space to grow, that emphasizes the natural progression of family dynamics too. The importance of individual autonomy, even when your home is a magical tower.
Right. You still need your own space.
You do. It highlights that relationships, even with family, require their own space and respect for evolving boundaries, a sentiment that resonates far beyond any magical realm.
Enter Douglas, the witty and randy bibliomancer.
Okay, so with Ma and Granny happily settled back home, having absorbed a good dose of tower magic,
And hopefully recovered from the shock.
hopefully, Rose turns her attention to a new, somewhat vexing quest, finding the elusive magical librarian.
Ah, yes, the missing librarian.
Grandmaster Brightspark, the tower's resident senior magical authority, he was away. And Sparky, bless his heart,
Practical Sparky.
he couldn't remember where he'd left the librarian or even what he looked like. only that he was somewhere on the third floor.
Helpful. He's around here somewhere.
Pretty much. So Rose's diligent search through every single room, including the ones Lou had explicitly said were empty. It leaves her dusty, dirty, hot and tired. She even tries a locate spell, but nothing.
No magical shortcut.
Nope. She's really putting in the groundwork for this old-fashioned searching.
Which highlights the often unglamorous side of discovery, doesn't it? Even in a world brimming with magic.
Yeah.
It's a classic narrative setup.
Yeah.
The long, arduous search leading to an unexpected, and well, in this case, rather rude, revelation.
Definitely rude.
The mystery surrounding the librarian, his unknown appearance, his missing status, it adds significantly to his intrigue. Builds that anticipation for his eventual, and as we'll see, rather loud appearance.
Loud is one word for it.
It reminds us that sometimes, even with powerful magic at your disposal, little old-fashioned legwork, or maybe witch work, is still required to uncover what's hidden.
In the big reveal, the moment of discovery happens, of all places, in the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Seriously. I mean, who expects their magical librarian to be hiding there? After a luxurious bath in her magical tin tub, Rose is drying herself in front of the full-length mirror. She's reflecting on Juliet's influence, thoughts about sagging, having a perfectly normal private moment.
Right, vulnerable moment.
And then, completely out of the blue, a voice, a totally disembodied voice from the mirror says,
Oh, no.
"Nice knockers, I'd play with them if I had them to."
Oh, my goodness, no.
Talk about a surprise and a shock. Can you even imagine being in that vulnerable private moment and hearing such a brazen, inappropriate comment from literally nowhere?
I can't. That's horrifyingly awkward.
I think I'd just spontaneously combust.
That is truly a spectacular entrance for a magical character, though, shattering all conventional expectations of a dignified, scholarly librarian.
Definitely shattered.
It's an instant characterization of Douglas, or Doug. Incredibly witty, observant, and disarmingly cheeky, even bordering on crude.
Bordering. I think he crossed the border.
Fair point.
Yeah.
The abrupt shift from Rose's personal self-reflection and vulnerability to a direct, incredibly inappropriate address from a disembodied voice in a mirror. It's a fantastic piece of unexpected magic.
Unexpected is right.
It immediately establishes his unique, unconventional personality and sets this wonderfully chaotic tone for their future interactions. He's not just a being of magic, he's a being of immense personality and very little decorum.
Very little. So Rose, understandably, is utterly shocked and flustered, spinning around the room, trying desperately to locate the voyeur.
Yeah, where is he?
Doug, however, is completely unfazed by her distress, continuing his commentary with this smug confidence, even when Rose, a powerful bibliomancer, threatens to cast him into the seventh ring of hell.
Which seems fair under the circumstances.
Right. He finally identifies himself as, "Your librarian, Douglas. Just call me Doug," proclaiming himself, with absolutely no false modesty,
Cool.
the best, smartest, good-looking, witty, debonair part of the tower.
Oh, brother, quite the ego.
He then proceeds to demonstrate his unique ability, retrieving books by simply reaching into the mirror, the book Rose had tossed onto the bed after fleeing the bathroom.
The Dante.
The Dante's Inferno. It was the first English edition from 1798, a physical manifestation from his mirrored domain. He's certainly not shy about his abilities or anything else.
No, definitely not. This immediately establishes Doug as an ancient, incredibly powerful entity, one who has, as he himself states, lived for 2,500 years.
Well, that's a long time to learn some manners. Apparently not long enough.
Apparently not. Yet, despite his immense age and power, he possesses these distinct, almost human-like personality quirks and contradictions. His playful defiance, his overt pride in his own appearance and intellect. Remember, 2,500 years to be insulted by a strumpet.
How could I forget?
And his constant, often inappropriate banter with Rose. They're all key traits that make him so memorable. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, how often do powerful magical beings refuse to conform to human expectations of decorum, choosing instead to express themselves in ways that challenge our assumptions and often, frankly, delight us?
He is kind of charmingly infuriating.
Exactly. He's a powerful force, but also a persistent annoyance, making him a truly unique and compelling character who, despite his flaws, you can't help but find. well, yeah, charmingly infuriating.
So Rose has now stumbled upon her long-lost, extremely impertinent librarian. This is clearly not a relationship that's going to manage itself.
No, definitely need some boundaries.
After what Rose describes as a week of careful negotiations, and I imagine those were very careful and likely very frustrating negotiations.
I bet, like negotiating with a particularly stubborn, witty mirror.
Right. She finally manages to set some much-needed ground rules for Doug. He is banished from the bathroom.
Thank goodness. Step 1.
Step 1, absolutely crucial. He will now occupy the library annex on their floor and will be allowed to participate in the book club only if it meets their...
Confined to his zone.
Pretty much. And crucially, he also has to watch his inappropriate comments, especially when Salome was around.
Ah, so there's history there. He has form.
Apparently. Rose even mentions having to hang a sheet over his mirror before these negotiations could even begin, suggesting the sheer extent of his initial boundary-testing behavior.
Wow. She literally had to put a sheet over him.
I'm picturing Rose absolutely at her wit's end, trying to explain basic decorum to a 2,500-year-old mirror spirit.
And this week of careful negotiations, it's a profound testament to Rose's growing assertiveness, her remarkable ability to manage even the most unconventional and challenging relationships.
He's learning fast.
She really is. It's not just a magical problem, it's a deeply interpersonal one. It's a pragmatic solution to a truly unique problem, establishing clear boundaries for a powerful but undeniably unruly ally. The fact that she had to resort to hanging a sheet over his mirror speaks volumes about the level of his initial disregard for privacy. And the specific mention of Salome suggests, yeah, Doug has a history of this behavior, implying Rose is actively protecting her friends from his more outrageous comments.
Good for her.
It shows her growing confidence in navigating not only her personal life and magical responsibilities, but also in establishing respect and decorum in her magical household. This negotiation isn't just about rules, it's about Rose, asserting her agency over this highly influential ancient being.
The mystery of the Wildwood Library haunting.
Okay, so our deep dive now takes a fascinating turn. We're moving into a new, urgent problem, shifting from the delightful complexities of personal domestic magic to a community-wide paranormal mystery.
Right, broadening the scope.
Burgomaster Valen himself, the town's chief magistrate, arrives at the tower, clearly distressed. He's seeking Grand Master Brightspark.
The big boss.
But in his absence, apprentice bibliomancer Rose steps up to the plate. This isn't just a personal magical adventure anymore. Rose is now, kind of, a frontline magical troubleshooter for her community.
That's a significant step up in responsibility for her.
It is. The problem, as described by the burgomaster, sounds straight out of a horror novel. The town library.
Oh, no, not the library.
For the books are possessed?
Possessed books? That's alarming.
That's a serious crisis for any town, let alone one that values its stories.
Absolutely. In this scenario, it's a crucial step in showcasing Rose's growing role and responsibilities, extending far beyond her personal life and her immediate magical training.
She's putting her skills to use.
Exactly. She's not just adapting to her own magical world, she's now a vital resource for the wider community, demonstrating her capabilities and the practical application of her skills as an apprentice bibliomancer.
This is a real test.
It's a natural and crucial progression, showing her readiness to face practical magical challenges that impact others. It reinforces the idea that true magic isn't just about personal power or grand spells, but about how it can be thoughtfully and effectively used to help and protect others within a community.
So Rose, acting quickly, with this burgeoning sense of civic duty, she hurries to the Wildwood Library.
Okay.
When she arrives, she finds it eerily quiet. Not a single patron or librarian in sight, which immediately sets this tense, unsettling mood.
Empty library is always a bad sign.
It is. She's met by the head librarian, Eldara, a young woman with distinctive rainbow-colored hair, who explains the utterly unsettling situation. It all started yesterday.
What happened?
Male patrons reported books being thrown at them.
Okay, classic poltergeist stuff.
Female patrons reported their bottoms had been pinched. One reported her bottom was caressed.
Whoa, that's specific.
Yeah.
And creepy.
Very specific. And the truly unsettling part, no one saw the assaulter. Elthara, understandably, had closed the library, fearing someone may be injured. A heavy book to the head.
Right.
A granny getting her bottom pinched and having a heart attack.
Okay, yeah. Valid concerns. It's a haunting with a very specific and quite peculiar modus operandi.
Exactly.
And this is a truly fascinating mystery, precisely because The haunting isn't random acts of malicious mischief. Instead, it has this very specific, distinctly gendered pattern.
Books that men pinching at women.
Right. And the fact that Eldara herself hasn't been assaulted, despite being in the library all day, that adds another intriguing layer to the puzzle. Suggests a selectivity to the entity's actions.
Yeah, why not her?
It immediately raises an important question for us. What kind of entity would behave in such a specific, almost communicative way?
It feels like it's trying to say something.
It does. And the fear of injury, especially to an elderly patron, powerfully grounds the fantastical in very real-world concerns. Highlights Eldar's profound sense of responsibility and care for her community. This isn't just a poltergeist. It's a ghost with a very particular and quite desperate agenda.
This is where Rose's ingenuity and sharp mind truly shine through. Instead of immediately trying to, banish the spirit.
Right, the standard approach.
She asks Eldara a crucial question. Have the throne books been reshelved?
The evidence.
Exactly. When Eldara confirms they haven't, Rose suggests with an almost detective-like flair that they take a look at them and see if the books might give us a clue.
Smart thinking. Follow the books.
And the discovery. It's absolutely brilliant. Every single throne book was a romance.
Every single one.
Every single one. By a variety of authors and subgenres, from historical romances to hockey player romances.
Hockey player romances.
Apparently. Meanwhile, as we established, the women were all physically assaulted, either pinched or caressed. It's a stark, undeniable pattern.
Wow, okay. That is a massive clue. Romances thrown at men, women getting pinched.
What does it mean?
Well, this is a true aha moment, driven entirely by Rose's sharp, critical thinking. Her ability to connect these seemingly disparate pieces of information.
Yeah.
She takes these distinct, seemingly random occurrences, thrown romance novels and gendered physical assaults, and weaves them into this coherent, deeply insightful picture. Her hypothesis is simply brilliant.
What is it?
She says it's almost like a message to the women, get out of her or get pinched and throw romances at the men. Is it a female spirit that wants to have a romance with a male but has no other way to express their desires?
Whoa. So the ghost is lonely and looking for love.
That's the hypothesis. This interpretation completely recontextualizes the haunting, from malicious mischief to a desperate, if clumsy and ill-advised, cry for connection and love.
Throwing books isn't exactly subtle flirting.
Not recommended, no, but it shifts our understanding of the entity from a malevolent, threatening force to a lonely, yearning soul, seeking something deeply human in the only way it knows how.
A spirit's desire and an unlikely matchmaker.
Okay, so with her brilliant hypothesis in hand, Rose doesn't hesitate. She moves swiftly from investigation to intervention. She's determined to communicate with this lonely spirit.
Right, find out if she's right.
Her plan, a Ouija board. Quickly fashioned from a simple poster board and a pen with AZ-110, why yes, no, scrawled across it.
Low-tech approach.
Very low-tech. She admits she felt silly if nothing happened, but I didn't have a better idea. This humble, almost quaint approach to a paranormal problem really underscores her pragmatic, resourceful nature.
Totally. It's not about grand magical displays. It's about finding a solution, whatever it takes. Practical magic.
Exactly. It really underscores her incredibly pragmatic approach to problem solving. She's willing to use unconventional, even slightly whimsical methods if they offer a potential solution.
Doesn't matter if it looks silly if it works.
Right. It emphasizes the importance of trying something, anything, even when the exact outcome is uncertain or when the method itself feels a bit rudimentary, almost like a child's game.
It's about ingenuity and adaptability, not necessarily about wielding the most impressive spell. She's focused on results, which is a hallmark of effective problem-solving in any realm, magical or mundane.
So the communication begins. Rose addresses the spirit directly, her voice calm and empathetic, asking it to spell out its desires. After a brief wait, the penny moves. Slowly, deliberately.
Okay, here we go.
Spelling out the word L-O-V-E.
Love. She was right.
She was right. Rose, ever the astute questioner, confirms it's a yes to being a spirit and a yes to wanting a man. Then comes the crucial information. The spirit reveals N-O-N-E for male spirits currently in the library.
Ah, so no eligible bachelors in the afterlife library.
Apparently not. And a heartbreaking note to being able to leave the library. The spirit is trapped and deeply lonely.
Oh, poor thing. Trapped and wanting connection.
Rose, with profound empathy, then offers a truly remarkable deal if the spirit promises to leave the patrons alone.
Okay, quid pro quo.
Rose promises to try and bring a male spirit here.
Wow, she's going to play matchmaker.
Yeah.
for ghosts.
That's the plan. The penny then spells out Ipromise, and then finally its name, Daisy.
Daisy. Ah. What's profoundly fascinating here is the depth of Daisy's predicament. Trapped, isolated within the confines of the library,
Yeah.
with these profound human desires for love and connection, yet absolutely no means to fulfill them. It raises an incredibly important question about existence, doesn't it?
Like, what is life for a spirit?
Exactly. How does one define life or existence for a spirit? And what are the ethical implications of their entrapment in a single physical location, unable to seek connection or live out their desires?
It's heavy stuff.
It is. Rose's promise isn't just a negotiation. It's a profound act of empathy, offering hope where there was none, acknowledging Daisy's sentience and deeply human needs. It's not merely about stopping a haunting. It's about recognizing a lonely soul and extending a hand, or rather, a promise, to alleviate her suffering.
So Rose, now armed with a promise and a mission operation ghostly matchmaker.
Love it.
She immediately rushes back to the tower to recruit the most unlikely of candidates, Doug.
Doug. This should be good.
His initial response, true to form, is a typically cheeky and inappropriate, "Why, I thought you played for the girls' team."
Oh, Doug.
Yeah.
Seriously, read the room.
But Rose, having spent a week negotiating with him, she's firm. "Doug, I need help, not harassment."
Good for her, shutting it down.
She explains Daisy's plight, her desperate longing for connection, and to Rose's utter surprise, Doug says, with an almost uncharacteristic earnestness.
He's interested.
He says, "Take me. I want to meet her."
Really? Doug wants to meet Daisy.
Yes. And then, demonstrating his unique magical utility, he transforms himself into a small mirror about the size of a deck of playing cards, making himself perfectly portable and ready for his romantic mission.
Wow. Pocket Doug. This moment showcases a fascinating bit of character development for him, doesn't it?
It really does.
Despite his often inappropriate remarks and his ancient, somewhat jaded perspective, his immediate willingness to help and his enthusiastic, almost eager interest in Daisy is incredibly telling.
Maybe he's lonely too.
Maybe. It hints at a deeper, perhaps romantic or at least deeply curious side to his ancient being that we haven't seen before. His ability to transform, making himself portable and discreet, highlights his magical utility and adaptability, instantly turning a problem how to transport a mirrored entity into a solution.
He's Andy in a crisis.
He is. He's not just a snarky, powerful librarian. He's a potential matchmaker, eager for a new experience, perhaps even a new connection for himself.
So, back at the Wildwood Library, Rose, with tiny mirror Doug in hand, introduces the transformed Doug to Eldara, the head librarian.
Okay, the introductions.
She then carefully places him next to the Ouija board, hoping for a smooth introduction. Rose greets Daisy, but she's almost immediately interrupted by Doug,
Already.
who, with characteristic confidence and not a shred of humility, says, "Quiet, will you? Daisy and I are just getting to know one another. Come back in an hour or so."
He told Rose to scram while he hits on the ghost.
Pretty much. He doesn't waste a single moment, does he? It's like he knew exactly what he wanted and went straight for it.
This is a truly delightful moment of immediate, peculiar chemistry that transcends all conventional notions of romance. Doug's unshakable confidence and Daisy's instant, silent engagement.
Yeah, she must have responded somehow for him to say that.
Right. As evidenced by his proprietary tone, it creates this humorous and utterly unexpected love story for the ages. It's a testament to the idea that love and connection can blossom in the most unlikely of circumstances and between the most unusual of beings.
Ghost meets mirror.
Exactly. It's not just a clever solution to a haunting, it's the beginning of a genuine romance, proving that the desire for connection truly transcends physical forms, age, or even dimensions of existence. It's a truly unique meet-cute.
Community, connection, and a plan for the future.
So while Doug and Daisy are getting acquainted in their own wonderfully unique way, maybe over the Ouija board, who knows?
We can only imagine.
Rose and Eldara find some unexpected common ground. Eldara expresses how much she really enjoyed your book, Rose, loving a strong heroine like Juliet.
Oh, that's nice. A fan moment.
It's a lovely human moment of connection, forging this bridge between the two librarians, one magical, one not, through the shared love of stories and powerful characters.
And this is a lovely detail that highlights Rose's growing reputation, not just as a competent bibliomancer, but also as a successful and appreciated writer within the community.
Right, she's making a name for herself.
Exactly. It creates this beautiful bridge between her magical adventures and her creative pursuits, showing how these different aspects of her life intertwine and lead to new, meaningful connections. It establishes her as a respected figure in the community, not just for her magic, but for her art, demonstrating the power of storytelling to connect people across different experiences.
Rose, ever thinking of expanding connections and community, then takes it a step further.
What does she do?
She brings Juliet, another strong literary woman we know from her life, to the library to meet Eldara.
Oh, expanding the circle.
And, as you might expect, given their shared passions, they immediately hit it off, chatting enthusiastically about their respective libraries, making lists of fiction and nonfiction titles every town needs.
Building bridges between libraries.
The Wildwood Library, once a place of fear and haunting, is quickly becoming this vibrant hub for shared passion and intellectual camaraderie.
And that is community building at its absolute best. It's not just about solving a problem. It's about fostering new connections, expanding the network of like-minded individuals, creating a sense of shared purpose.
Turning a negative into a positive.
Completely. Shared passions, particularly for something as universal and enduring as books and libraries, truly transcend different worlds and bring people together, creating a powerful sense of camaraderie. It's a wonderful example of how one positive interaction, driven by ingenuity and empathy, can ripple out and create broader, lasting connections that strengthen the entire community.
So as closing time approaches, Rose returns to retrieve Doug from his romantic rendezvous.
Time's up, Doug.
He is, predictably, quite reluctant to leave, claiming with a touch of ancient petulance that it didn't seem that long.
Huh. Time flies when you're courting a ghost.
Apparently. But Daisy, it turns out, has a very strong personality herself, despite her ethereal nature. She makes her displeasure known to Rose in a way that, well, Doug says, hurt Daisy.
Hurt him, or Daisy.
Hurt him, sorry. Doug says he was hurt by how Daisy showed displeasure to Rose, and he immediately jumps to her defense, saying, "It was my fault anyway, I asked her to do it."
Ah, so Daisy maybe gave Rose some sort of psychic zap for interrupting, and Doug's taking the blame.
That seems to be the implication. Doug is already defending his new paramour. It's truly adorable in a very bizarre, magical way.
That is charming and insightful. It shows the immediate developing dynamic between Doug and Daisy. Daisy's ability to communicate her feelings powerfully, even through nonverbal means, that hurt Doug. And his immediate protective defense of her, it truly solidifies their budding romance. It's a delightful reminder that even spirits can have complex emotions and expectations, and that a connection, once formed, can create an incredibly strong, deeply personal bond that transcends physical limitations.
They're already a team.
They are. It speaks to the universal desire for a partner regardless of one's form or age.
Doug, ever the shrewd negotiator. When he's not being inappropriate, that is.
Right, he has his moments.
He sees an opportunity. He proposes a deal to Rose. I'll be on my best behavior for you.
Likely story.
2 days a week, you drop me off here for the day, and once a week we get an overnight here.
An overnight? He wants sleepovers with the ghost.
That's the deal. And in return, he promises to be downright charming to you, Lou, and any of your friends that drop by.
Okay, so visitation rights in exchange for good behavior.
It's a clear, if cheeky, offer. But Rose, astute and forward-thinking as ever, isn't just looking for a temporary fix.
No.
She insists he still have to research to see if we can bring Daisy home with us.
She's holding him to the bigger picture. Can Daisy leave the library?
Exactly. She's not letting him off the hook easily. This is clearly a long-term project. Operation Get Daisy Out.
And this is a brilliant resolution to the immediate problem, while simultaneously setting up a compelling long-term goal that ties directly into Doug's ancient knowledge and Rose's deeper mission.
Using his own skills.
Right. Doug's vast research abilities, previously used primarily for his own purposes or for the Tower's library, are now fully harnessed for a romantic, personal cause. It shows how personal relationships can drive truly extraordinary efforts, pushing the boundaries of what's magically possible.
Love conquers all, or at least motivates ancient mirror librarians.
Precisely. It transforms a temporary arrangement into a permanent quest, fueled by love and the desire to truly make a place for Daisy, demonstrating that even ancient magic can be bent to the will of burgeoning romance.
The ripple effects of Rose's thoughtful intervention are truly positive, transforming the community. Eldara, deeply grateful for the solution to her library's haunting.
She must be relieved.
Totally. She tells Rose she'll inform Burgomaster Valen about how Rose solved our problem, which definitely elevates Rose's standing within the town. Good for her reputation. She also enthusiastically accepts Juliet's invitation to join the book club, creating new social bonds.
Or connections.
And, of course, she agrees to Doug and Daisy's visitation schedule, embracing the quirky new reality. It's a win-win-win situation for everyone involved, proving the power of empathy and ingenuity.
The positive ripple effects are indeed clear and far-reaching. A solved haunting, new friendships forming, an expanded book club creating broader community ties, and a clear path forward for Daisy to potentially find a permanent home and connection.
Yeah.
It exemplifies how thoughtful intervention and creative, empathetic problem-solving can truly transform a community and the individuals within it, fostering connection and happiness where there was once only fear and loneliness. It underlines Rose's profound impact on the larger world beyond her tower, showing her growth from an apprentice dealing with her own magical home to a respected problem solver and community builder.
Ouch.
Wow, what an incredible journey we've taken today.
It really covered a lot of ground.
From Rose finding a magical, custom-built home that perfectly replicated her familiar granny's cottage,
The ultimate cozy.
to navigating the wonderfully witty and, yes, sometimes entirely inappropriate advances of an ancient mirrored librarian named Doug.
He's unforgettable.
And finally, playing matchmaker for a lovelorn library ghost named Daisy. This deep dive, it shows us how magic can weave itself into the most intimate fabrics of everyday life, making everything more interesting, more challenging, and ultimately far more connected. It's a powerful testament to ingenuity, empathy, the surprising power of a good book, and even a good, well-intentioned ghost story.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener, as you reflect on this extraordinary narrative?
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
This story beautifully illustrates that finding comfort, building community, and solving problems, even the most uniquely paranormal ones, often requires this profound blend of empathy, sharp ingenuity, and a genuine willingness to embrace the unexpected.
You have to be open to weird solutions sometimes.
Absolutely. It reminds us that knowledge is most valuable, not when it's simply accumulated, but when it's deeply understood and thoughtfully applied. And that critical thinking is absolutely essential in a world of information overload. Whether it's discerning clues from strangely thrown books or interpreting desires from spirits communicating through mirrors, ultimately it shows that even ancient beings and trapped spirits yearn for connection and a place to truly belong.
That desire for connection is universal.
Deeply universal.
So for your own provocative thought this week, consider this. In a world where your deepest, most personal desires could be magically manifested into reality, what would your granny's cottage look like? What's that ultimate space of comfort for you?
Good question.
And what unexpected, perhaps wonderfully eccentric, magical being would you encounter that might challenge your assumptions about interaction, decorum, maybe even the very nature of companionship? Like Doug, perhaps.
Who would your Doug be?
Exactly. And what strange, deeply personal problem would you find yourself uniquely positioned to solve? Perhaps leading to new connections and a surprising, profound sense of belonging for yourself, and maybe for others you never expected to meet.
Lots to think about there.
Definitely. Thanks for diving deep with us.